Now I want to tell you why I support the nation's police. So some of you know me, others just getting on board. See this? This is my grandfather's billy club. He walked the beat in Brooklyn. Tough place during the Depression. Real tough. He also was a harbor patrol officer in New York Harbor. His billy club. You have a billy club now, if you're a police officer, you go to jail. That's how different it is. And I'm not saying it was better back then either. It was a brutal system back then. But there was far left crime. That was the trade. So police officers in America number 800,000, and that's feds and all of that. I want to show you a guy that nobody knows about, okay? Put his picture up there. This is a federal officer named Patrick Underwood, all right? He worked, and that's worked, in protecting federal facilities. He was shot dead on Friday night by protesters. Shot dead, 53 years old. A second officer was also wounded. Now, you never heard the name Patrick Underwood. CNN didn't report it. Neither did NBC or CBS or ABC or Fox. I don't believe any of them did. Maybe a casual mention. He is mentioned in the Wall Street Journal today. Now, this man, black man, regular guy, law enforcement officer, protecting us. Protester shoots him, dead. Protester? It's not a protester. It's a terrorist. Keep it in mind. So how do you think that our law enforcement officers feel? Let's have feelings. When they go to work and they know in places like Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, that their supervisors, their mayors, all right, de Blasio, Lightfoot, Garcetti, despise them. Feel that they're the problem. How do you feel about that? You get up, you put your life on the line, and they despise you. Anything happens, they're going to turn on you. You're the law enforcement officer. I'll tell you what, I've been to every state and every city in this country. I don't have more respect for an institution than law enforcement. I know there are bad people. 10% are bad. And that's an army, as I point out in my column. And that's the way it is in every organization. And that's what happened in Minneapolis. Bad cops. And bad cops hurt all cops. You don't think that the good cops support these people, these police in Minneapolis? They don't. They despise them. They know how much damage they did. Okay. Lawsuit on the pandemic in California. The South Bay United Pentecostal Church in Chula Vista, just south of San Diego, filed a federal lawsuit saying, look, California won't let us open up. We want the same consideration that Walmart has. Got to let us open up. Supreme Court heard it. 5-4 ruled in favor of California, keeping the churches shut down. John Roberts, all right, the Chief Justice, he was the guy that went with the liberal Supreme Court justices. This day in history, Grover Cleveland. How about Grover? Let's hear it for him. Look at Grover, 300 pounds, a lean, I can't say he's lean, but he's a mean fighting machine. On June 2nd, 1886, okay, that's 136 years ago, old Grover married Frances Folsom, age 21. Grover was 48, 27 years difference, in the White House. In the White House. The only marriage ever to take place there. Grover and Frances. They honeymooned in the Maryland mountains. Now, Frances was adopted by Grover Cleveland when she was 11, and her parents, I guess, died. Cleveland was her guardian. Then 10 years later, he married her. Successful marriage. They had 5 kids. Stayed together until Cleveland's death. Grover Cleveland, look him up. Big man. about 300 pounds. Did you know that? Did you know that? This day in history. You're going to love it. All right, let's take a quick break. Back with some, I don't actually have the mail segment here, so I'm going to be back with some commentary about what we're going to do tomorrow, which is going to knock your socks off.